Every time you tear a leaf off the calendar, you present a new place for new ideas and progress. The problem well stated is a problem half solved. My interest is in the future because I am going to spend the rest of my life there. Thinking is one thing no one has ever been able to tax. Our imagination is the only limit to what we can hope to have in the future. The world hates change, yet it is the only thing that has brought progress. High achievement always takes place in the framework of high expectation. Believe and act as if it were impossible to fail. Knowing is not understanding. There is a great difference between knowing and understanding. You can't know a lot about something and not really understand it. If you have always done it that way, it is probably wrong. People are very open-minded about new things, as long as they're exactly like the old ones. The only difference between a problem and a solution is that people understand the solution. It doesn't matter if you try and try and try again, and fail. It does matter if you try and fail to try again. The Wright brothers flew right through the smoke screen of impossibility. An inventor fails 999 times, and if he succeeds once, he's in. He treats his failures simply as practice shots. No one would have crossed the ocean if he could have gotten off the ship in the storm. Problems are the price of progress. Don't bring me anything but trouble. Good news weakens me. One fails forward toward success. There exist limitless opportunities in every industry. Where there is an open mind, there will always be a frontier. There will always be a frontier where there is an open mind and a willing hand. The biggest job we have is to teach a newly hired employee how to fail intelligently. We have to train him to experiment over and over and to keep on trying and failing until he learns what will work. Keep on going and the chances are you will stumble on something, perhaps when you are least expecting it. I have never heard of anyone stumbling on something sitting down. We need to teach the highly educated man that it is not a disgrace to fail and that he must analyze every failure to find its cause. He must learn how to fail intelligently, for failing is one of the greatest arts in the world. There is a great difference between knowing and understanding. You can't know a lot about something and not really understand it. You will never stub your toe standing still. The faster you go, the more chance there is of stubbing your toe, but the more chance you have of getting somewhere. The opportunities of man are limited only by his imagination. But so few have imagination that there are 10,000 fiddlers to one composer. It is not a disgrace to fail. Failing is one of the greatest arts in the world. People think of the inventor as a screwball, but no one ever asks the inventor what he thinks of other people. My definition of an educated man is the fellow who knows the right thing to do at the time it has to be done. You can be sincere and still be stupid. The person must have a certain amount of intelligent ignorance to get anywhere. The only time you mustn't fail is the last time you try. We should all be concerned about the future because we will have to spend the rest of our lives there. Inventing is a combination of brains and materials. The more brains you use, the less material you need. In America we can say what we think, and even if we can't think, we can say it anyhow. An inventor is simply a fellow who doesn't take his education too seriously. I object to people running down the future. I am going to live all the rest of my life there. You can't have a better tomorrow if you are thinking about yesterday all the time. Obsolescence is a factor which says that the new thing I bring you is worth more than the unused value of the old thing. One of the things we have to be thankful for is that we don't get as much government as we pay for. Research means that you don't know, but are willing to find out. There has never been any 30-hour week for men who had anything to do. Great steps in human progress are made by things that don't work the way philosophy thought they should. If things always worked the way they should, you could write the history of the world from now on. But they don't. And it is those deviations from the normal that make human progress. The only time you don't want to fail is the last time you're tried. The price of progress is trouble. Research is an organized method of trying to find out what you are going to do after you cannot do what you are doing now. It may also be said to be the method of keeping a customer reasonably dissatisfied with what he has. That means constant improvement and change so that the customer will be stim.